Dude, it's left is right, right is left. It's just like driving a race car. Take your pick. Like, what do you want? People love the truth.
Yes. Welcome everybody to another edition of One Lap, One Beer. I'm your host, D-Swab, Derek Kessinger. We're inside the dome. I'm with my co-host, Tyler Erm. Everybody's gonna be really mad about this one because they always say favor you.
It's not insider trading. Like, I can't help it that I'm the best-selling thing on Flow.
All right, he's riding a bike, so we hope he can keep it straight line. You ready to go this one lap? You've never been on it.
Ready.
I'm excited. Also, no Boom Briggs this weekend, so we had no Busch Light. We had to suffer with, another decent beer, Bud Light.
Cheers.
You ready? All right. Gateway Dirt Nationals. You're locked in the show. Just talk about your night. Getting it ready for the $30,000 main event on Saturday.
Well, it started off that we hot lapped quick time by like a lot, and I was like, okay, like obviously we're pretty good.
Quincy, I'm back.
Yeah, like I did it, and I was like, oh my god, like that was pretty fast. And then for qualifying, I went to the bottom my first corner, and I was like, oh, that doesn't look good. This cushion looks right. It's not even a cushion; it's just like dirt, dust. Right. But yeah, I ripped a really good lap. It was like 6/10 on the field or something insane. So obviously that was really good, and
there's big fans there.
They love us. They absolutely love us.
Yes.
But yeah, we did that, and then the heat had like 9 restarts and won that, and then the dreaded redraw bit me. I drew a 3, but it was still fun, man. Like our car.
How surreal is this place?
Oh, dude, it's insane. Like it's not like being at a regular dirt track because you're like in the bottom of nothing. You know what I mean? Like there's just people, and then when they turn the stadium lights on, it's legit. You know what I mean? So I was like in second, literally telling myself like, okay, you're gonna take the lead here, just be calm, be cool. And then literally Devin Moran just aced me and caused a caution.
Dude,
so
is he gonna owe you $5 grand later?
Well, whatever the difference from first to third is, he owes for sure.
For sure, yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it was a good race. And then like the restart, I picked the bottom. Hindsight, should have picked the top, but I had no idea the 19 was gonna turn down because he got such a good start on the initial. So that was really good on his part, really bad for the best performance one, but it was fun. I mean, me and Carpenter got the bang sheet metal.
Oh, we're right at the spot where it happened, 3 and 4 here.
Yeah, so what happened?
Tim Trucks, our beautiful camera guy, can get a nice little painter.
Yeah.
Tell the people at home what happened.
Okay, so what happened is in this corner back here, if you watch the Hudson O'Neal incident, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
Except I stayed in the fuel instead of riding the fence, and then I made one good lap and got back to here, and at this point, I was in the chip, and this is Tyler Carpenter, and we went bam, 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 and then I never seen him again. So it was good, but like I'm not mad at him at all. Like he's definitely got it figured out how to win, and I mean you can't knock the guy for literally doing whatever you got to do, and if that means kill somebody, kill somebody. So it's cool. Like it's not like any other race I've ever been to for sure.
Okay, so a lot of people might not know this about you. You had a crazy childhood. Around 8 or 9, you got diagnosed with cancer. Just talk about those few years when you were battling it. Probably have to go to the hospital and do some stuff. Go to the doctors. Something that a lot of people just don't know about, do they?
Yeah, so when I was 8 or 9 years old, craziest story. I was at 2nd grade. We made paper airplanes on the last day of school, and we're throwing these paper airplanes, and I played baseball. This is before I was chubby. I was really chubby when I was like 15, 16.
We're not going to bring that up. That's your bad angle side.
Whatever. So I was throwing this paper airplane, and literally, long story short, I threw this airplane. My arm hurt, so my mom and dad take me to the doctor. We go through all this stuff, and 6 months later, at first I had tennis elbow, then I had little league arm, then I had this, and I had that. Well, they finally figured out I had cancer in my right humerus, doctor term, and it was Ewing sarcoma, which is like a really rare form of osteosarcoma, basically. And anybody that's ever had cancer that would know is like they tell you, okay, we have 3 options. We can cut your arm off, we can give you like this quick stem treatment, we can do this, we can do that, or we can treat it slow and smart. So like my parents, being the great parents they are, they're like, hey, let's not cut his arm off, let's try to like cure it. So they I did 52 weeks of chemotherapy, 16 weeks of radiation over like about a 1.5 year span. And knock on wood, been fully cured, in remission for, I was 8 or 9, so I'm in like year 16, 17 remission. But I mean, MRIs.
You had to do it all.
Craziest thing ever when I had cancer. It's the fucking craziest story ever. I was at Batesville Motor Speedway for the topless. Me and my mom and dad, we used to go every year. I was before Turbo was a fucking international icon. And I literally pull into Batesville. Well, I had like PICC lines that they give you all your medicine and shit from. So my mom has to flush my lines twice a day. And she's flushing my lines. Well, I had an infection in one and she shoots it like straight into my body. Not her fault, like it's just what happened. So when that happened, we just drove 8 hours to Batesville, turn around, we drive straight back to Houston, go to Texas Children's, and Hurricane Katrina hits as we're pulling in.
That is
so crazy. I stay in Texas Children's for 4 weeks because basically I had an infection, got shot straight into my heart and ran through my body. And for 4 weeks, it was literally like a end of the world camp. Like there was kids sleeping on my floor in my room that they were hauling from like New Orleans and stuff, and it was like the craziest thing ever. And at the time, like when you're 8 or 9, like all I do is play PS2 and eat. Like I don't do anything else, so I don't think nothing of it. But my mom tells me the story now, and she's like, you literally could have died. Like it was so bad, they didn't have power, they didn't have this, you know, and they're going on and on. I'm like, well, I didn't really see it like that, but I guess that's what happened. But yeah, it was crazy. My Hurricane Katrina story is that I was in the hospital when it all happened. So like I really remember Hurricane Katrina vividly because it knocked out Louisiana and most of Texas.
I'm like a proud father right now, folks. A lot of people don't know. He was on the Summer Nationals, running World of Outlaws by himself, Pooter, and that was about it. Just seeing you grow up racing nationally. You've had your moments here or there, but I think overall, you're growing up to be a good boy.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're doing great, but just how just nutso of just a racing career you've already had that, you know, it's not even been really 10 years hardly.
Yeah, I mean, I was fortunate, like, my parents went to the racetrack. They moved from Kansas to Texas right before I was born, and they didn't have shit. You know, they worked, did their thing, and just went to the races on Saturday just as fans, like everybody else. And my dad always wanted a car, so he bought a shit stock, and he raced for like 15 years. Well, then his business started taking off, and everything started working better. And basically what happens is he bought a late model, 2 or 3 guys from around home drove it, and like one day they all decided they didn't want to work on it. Well, I didn't do shit. Like I was just hanging out. And they were like, hey, you want to drive this late model? I was like, yeah. And my dad straight up was like, look, if you work on it, you can drive it, no big deal. I'm like, all right, cool. So start racing that. Like 2 years later, midsummer, putting in shitters, fucking terrible.
How is the septic life? People don't understand, do they?
It's so bad. You have no idea how disgusting people are. And you know, we did that, and I worked from the time I was 14 years old until I left home when I was 21. So my dad was like, hey, you want to go Summer Nationals racing? I was like, hell yeah.
You watched it always on DOD?
Yeah,
you're like ready to go.
Dirt, like I was ready. And I literally load up. I have 1 spec motor and an open motor, and I don't even really have a car that's like super capable of doing it. And we roll out, me and my buddy Scooby, we roll out, and we ran, what was the first one we came to? Fairbury.
Fairbury, I remember Fairbury.
In the rain on his daughter's birthday.
Yep,
his daughter was born.
Finley was born. 12 hours later, he wins 10 grand at Fairbury. First time there, you're like, this place is decent.
Yeah, I
then
run
Quincy, LaSalle.
Quincy, LaSalle. I won a heat race at Beauclair. That was like the highlight of my career at the time. Like I beat Shannon Babb in a heat race, and I was like, holy shit, I am the baddest motherfucker that's ever drove a late model.
Yeah, you did. I heard those words exactly out of your mouth.
But yeah, it was cool. And then just progressed from there. Had to grow up and, you know, go through my learning curves. But, you know, really like never had a crew chief, never had anything. Like I literally just, me and my buddies would go race, and I tried to not be too irresponsible and, you know, just learn. And really right before I went to Best is when I finally like kind of got it together, because I was like, hey, like I need to either do good at this or I'm gonna have to like get a job. So
yeah, you don't want a real job. But though, I think how much you've improved over the years on Suave Talk as my co-host, I think you could have a business in, you know, broadcasting one day.
Oh, that's my retirement all day for sure.
You think Rigsby would hire you?
Rigsby should hire me. I do way too much for the company as it is.
I know. That's what we give. Is there like under the table deals with him?
You ever seen the Netflix documentary about like the dude that has the planes in Miami and he flies shit back and forth?
Yes.
It's kind of like the movie Blow. basically the same.
You're the guy. You're the guy in blow.
I'm the mule.
You're the mule. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're doing 2 laps here. It's a little short track, and
For sure.
Turbo's on this bike. He thinks I'm getting on it. I might do the final stretch here.
We're gonna get on it and roll down the hill. I'll even give you the easy shot.
You'll
Look, I'll just give you one shot of it. Look, just watch. It's not that hard. It's just a bicycle. One-handed. Look at it. Look at it. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
That's how some guys drive at the Dome, too.
Literally, dude, did you watch the 7 car in that heat race today?
He was everywhere.
Oh my God. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yes. Do you just like laugh when you see these guys racing and you're just sitting there watching?
I mean, I do, and then I rolled out for my feature, and about like the 9th beat bang off to each other, like crazy shit. I'm like, maybe I look like that too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really
Back
know.
in the day, you did. You're more calmed down. You're not on the wood all the time.
I was on the wood tonight.
All right, so reverse roles here. You're a co-host. I want to you show me how good your questions are. You can ask me a couple.
Any question?
Any question. I mean, like, relatively, like, they won't, like, get me arrested or anything.
Did you ever think when you were a little kid that you'd be working for Michael Rigsby? It's basically number 2 in charge at Flo.
I mean, if you ask Cliff Brown, the longtime sponsor for Boom Briggs, CJ's Transport, you would think I am the number 2 spot. But, no, the crazy thing was I was, like, one of the top 20 subscribers ever at Dirt on Dirt. I remember signing up.
So you were a fan.
I signed up at the World 100 in 07. My dad's like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, I just got some graduation money from high school. I'm like, I'm gonna do this for a year. So it was good, yeah. I mean,
all right, next question. What is the greatest moment that you've ever witnessed in your life that wasn't at a dirt track?
That wasn't at a dirt track?
Wasn't at a dirt track. Could be a sporting event, could be a life event. What if someone said, Derek Kessinger, he was there, he took part in this, he witnessed this, whatever it could be, like the most craziest or just like the coolest, historical, I don't know, anything. You know what I mean?
If I do like personally life that's like non-sports related.
Stop. You gotta drive too.
Oh,
you gotta think about it and ride.
Oh God.
I'll even hold your beer because I don't think you can do it.
I know I can't do it. Okay. This is fucking me up already.
Dude, it's left is right, right is left. It's just like driving a race car.
I know.
Go straight. Go straight. You have to go straight. That's not straight.
It's not at all. I can't do it.
Come on. You're
All right.
even in the flat.
I just can't do it.
Okay, so what is this event? You got off task here.
I would say one of my historic events.
They're the greatest thing you've ever taken part of. It could be a fight. It could be something awesome. Like something that like you like tell this is your go-to story if you've never met anyone.
That's a good question.
What is it?
Great question. Oh, I would say like sports related. I've had a lot of great personally sports related when the Packers won the Super Bowl in 2010.
You were there.
Me and Parrish, my boys. But afterwards, it's like 3:30 in the morning. I'm just absolutely tanked.
Sure.
And I'm chanting "We Are the Champions" by Queen and Parrish and McCarty, who now works at Flo. They use my other roommate. They're like, "Shut this kid up." I think I ended up going to bed at 5, but just like after like beating the Bears in the divisional or the NFC title game, all my people are Chicago fans, like my buddies. So that was pretty sweet. Special moments, like personally, my beautiful fiance Colleen. That was decent. That was a decent night.
Decent.
It's okay. I gave you a shout out, boo. But Disney trip back when I was like 7 or 8 years old with the whole Kessinger family. Like the first time, like all 40 of us went.
Yeah.
Grandma and Grandpa took us. That was pretty legit. Racing wise, you want to know what my favorite moment is?
Racing, by far. Doesn't have to include me either. Doesn't have to include me. You could say the Flippin' Fairbury. I don't. You could say whatever.
What was Tyler Erb thinking? No, that was definitely not that. Oh man. When Sheppy threw the slider on Pierce.
That was the greatest thing you've ever seen at a dirt track?
I threw my beer in there. I was like ecstatic.
Is it because that's your fan weekend, you think?
Well, it is my fan weekend. I love the Prairie Dirt Classic.
Oh, real quick, I got to shout out Colt Edwards. He said if I ever get on camera this weekend, that's Randall's kid.
Oh,
Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. He will be the first one to watch this, I promise you. And he told his dad because he was supposed to come. He's got like wrestling and stuff, and he was like, "Hey, you better shout me out." I'm like, "Dude, there's like 150 cars."
Do you feel like old because now he's like almost in his teenage years? Remember him when he was like a little 3 or 4 year old little shit running around?
I was a teenager when I like got in the rig and drove to like Illinois the first time. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it is crazy.
All right, we're in St. Louis. One lap, one beer with my co-host Tyler Erb. Tyler, you're the man. People at home are probably gonna, keyboard warrior us. This one guy, this Snake XX on 4M, he dogs me and you all the time. He's like,
really?
I can't believe Swab and Dirt on Dirt will let Turbo do all these antics, and they like promote him.
Why would you not? Have you never watched wrestling, NFL, anything? Kanye West? I mean, take your pick. Like, what do you want? People love the truth.
Yes. Turbo, thank you. Good job. We'll have fun tonight.
Cheers.